for myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my...
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA's.
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here. Between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. The first 2 months of the regular season as we're off in Week 9.
Let's go, baby.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. To throw on 2nd down. Kim completes it to Lee. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody up. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 73 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tim Williams picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off play action. Kim is going to let this go deep for Lee. He's got a man complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. On the counter, it's Yeldon, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
General West. Go.
From the gun, Kemp. Thomas has got it. Complete. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ian Thomas, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point up and good by Sanders. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Now this throw caught left side. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 46 yards. And that's now 2 big catches on this drive for him.
You know, the NFL keeps talking about the possibility of using video for coaching on the sidelines. That's not approved yet, but you can still use pictures. They've got to send his picture down to their defense and say, you see him? Cover him.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Hey, Charlie! Be Griffin!
Operating for the gun. Jones to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Throwing Jones. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but now it's 3rd and goal. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Now Jones, buying time to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Back to throw. Jones. And that is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Pushing through tacklers at the 30. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
T.J. Yeldon's not afraid to drop a shoulder or run through some tackles, is he?
Not at all. I learned it in his high school days in Alabama. Then, of course, stayed in state to play at Alabama. He could do that there.
And what I think is best about him, and when he's really on top of his game, when he's a little bit lighter, a little bit quicker. I think he's strong enough. He's compact enough to break those tackles. But I think he's at his best at a shiftier weight. But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now T.J. Yeldon. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 3. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Ian Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. That's a heck of a start to this one for him here in the 1st quarter.
2 receiving touchdowns, just getting the game underway essentially. I mean, there's a long way to go. If I'm on defense, I've got to figure out how to slow this guy down. Because when one guy shreds your team, that's demoralizing. Make him spread it around at least. But right now, he's showing no signs of slowing down.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
23 yards on the play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. This secondary has been roasted in this 1st half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
On 2nd and 10, Jones looking left sideline. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A big play there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter as his guys are able to regain the lead. But that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. After the penalty, it's Yeldon, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. On second down, here's Yeldon trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Throwing on 3rd and long. Kemp, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
That's what I'm talking about.
They're in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. So here are the Saints to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. That is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Hunter Henry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun handoff now to Yeldon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. On 3rd down, Kemp. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basket.
Touchdown, New Orleans! A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
TJ Yeldon working his way back out onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. On first down, Kemp, and that's complete to Jesse James. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Out of the pistol, it's Yeldon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw. Kemp. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Marquise Lee, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. It's a big play there for the Saints. 51 yards to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind.
And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. 2nd and 1. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 50 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 3rd down, Yeldon. T.J. Yeldon. He's at the 40. 20. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there just before halftime. 66 yards for him on the ground.
60 outlaw.
Throwing on first down. Kemp. This one caught by Crowder. And he's brought down. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back to throw. Jones. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Hunter Henry with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Lutz with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A first down carry now for Yeldon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Off the play fake. Kemp. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tim Williams in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Throw left side complete. It's Lee. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. On the run, it's Yeldon. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Ready? 60 on.
They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that he doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes, someone delivering it accurately, offensive line giving them time to throw the ball. A true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
And our attention turns now to T.J. Yeldon. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
They'll run with Yeldon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tim Williams, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
Here we go. 15 lining. 15 lining. Get it.
Jones on first down. Past the 20. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. What a game it's been for them. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run it again with Yeldon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. On 1st and 10, Kemp. Wide open receiver, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. From the gun, Kemp. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Kemp toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Tack McKinley. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? He gets it to Thomas. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter, you're going. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that... You know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Jones. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
Hey, high 7.
Jones now, operating from the gun. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Lutz with the extra point.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing, too.
Oh, she's at least...
She's on, like, the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
On 1st down, Kemp. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah,
under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tim Williams in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now Jones, from the gun, he'll throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another.
Jones pass complete to Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Kemp nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Back to throw. Kemp, and Thomas has it. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Looking to throw. Kemp. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints will have the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Back to throw. Jones looking left side, and it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He completes it to Henry. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. This is caught. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And an alley to run. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special